I recently filmed a video taking a look at how much I spend in a week living in Taiwan as a single foreigner, and I think from looking at the comments, it's fair to say that you were shocked by the results. Yes, my weekly spend was over $11,000, and more than $4,000 of that was spent on food. So food was $4,318. So in today's video, I'm going to be setting myself a challenge of cutting my weekly food spend in half and spending less than $2,000 on a week's food here in Taiwan. Therefore, I'm going to be looking for the cheapest, most delicious, most highest CP food I can find here in Taiwan in order to keep my budget under $2,000 for a week's food, which when broken down over 7 days equates to $285 per day, or if I eat thrice a day, around about $100 a meal. I think it should be fun, and I'll be coming up with some inventive ways of getting some free or discounted food, so make sure you watch to the end of the video for that. And of course, if you enjoy this video, then don't forget to hit that all-important like button and let YouTube know that this is the kind of video you want to see more of. And let's not forget about that subscribe button, which will give you a nice sparkly starry surprise when you hit it. Trust me, click it and see what I'm talking about. But anyway, enough talking. Let's have a calendar in this corner, a budget in this corner, and let's go see if we can get a cheap meal to start the video. And talking of a cheap meal, we have come to Fan, because when I searched online for the cheapest food here in Taichung, this shop popped up, and in the title of the shop's name, it has Tongban Meisi, which apparently means Korean delicacies, meaning that for just mere coins, less than $100, you can get a good meal. And I did notice that it has a 4.8 star review on Google with thousands of reviews, but there were some interesting negative reviews saying that the food was cold. So we're not going to hang around, we're going to get stuck in to my $100 meal. We've got a gong wantang, a fan, and an extra fried egg on top. Let's get stuck in before it gets too cold and put this Tongban Meisi to the test. Fan, turkey rice, one of the staples of Taiwanese food, famous from Jiayi. Not bad. That fried egg is stone cold. But the turkey rice is actually really good, and one of the best parts about it are those like caramelized onions that add like a real good flavor to it, and importantly, it's quite hot. Perfect snack for lunch. I'm not sure if it would fill me up for a dinner, and since there's going to be a lot of food in this video, I'm going to keep the rating simple. The only rating I'm going to give each restaurant is the CP, and then I'm going to compare that to the rating it's got on Google. 4.8 on Google. I have to disagree. It wasn't terrible, but that cold egg really made them lose marks. I'm going to give it a 3.9 for CP. Anyway, lots of foods to get through in this video, so let's not waste any time. Let's get to dinner. And for dinner, seeing as this video is all about saving money, we have come to Carrefour Market, just around the corner from my gym, where I've just finished an intense workout session. So excuse the clothing, but if you take a look at the lid on this lunchbox, it's $62 reduced from $88. I'm not sure how safe it is, I'm not sure how long they've been sitting there, but every night when I finish the gym, I pop into Carrefour Market, and they sometimes have reduced lunchboxes. Rice, veggies, a little bit of, I think that's Thai bo, tofu, and of course, a nice big juicy chicken leg. The tofu is probably the best part. I'm getting lots of strange looks sitting here on the steps of Carrefour eating my lunchbox. You know, not the most delicious of lunchboxes, and certainly not the hottest lunchbox I've ever had. Not sure how long it had been sitting there, but at $62 for a nice juicy meaty chicken leg, some veggies, some tofu, and a whole host of rice, cannot complain, and we'll give it a very standard 3.5 stars for CP. As for now, time for me to get home, have a shower, relax for the evening, and of course take a good rest on the sponsor of today's video, my Emma mattress. Yes, seeing as this video is all about making savings and spending as little money as possible, this aligns perfectly with Emma mattresses, who are currently in the middle of their huge June sales with massive savings all over their website. But as I'm sure you are all aware by now, Emma's German engineered mattresses and other sleeping products have absolutely revolutionized my sleeping pattern, as well as doing the same for several other members of my family. Emma's mattresses are not only designed to give you the most comfortable and well-supported sleep, but also the removable, breathable mattress cover is designed to maximize airflow around your body and keep you cool when sleeping during these hot, humid Taiwanese summers. I know you've probably seen dozens of your favorite YouTubers promoting Emma products over the past few months, and there is a reason for that, as their products are genuinely life-changing and do exactly what they promise to. So if you are still on the fence about investing in better sleep, then why not take advantage of Emma's 100-day free trial to try it for yourself see what everyone else is talking about, and start sleeping better. And as I mentioned earlier, if you click on the link in the description down below and use my code ALLAN at checkout, you can qualify as a Life in Taiwan viewer to an extra 10% off the already huge discounts that they offer. I promise you won't regret it, but as for now, back to my video and spending as little as possible. So thanks again to Emma for sponsoring this video, but welcome to day 2. And once again, I've been on the internet searching for the cheapest foods around, and I have found a $70 lunchbox. It's the cheapest I can find in Taichung. If you know of another one, let me know in the comment section down below. But when it came to the meat option, there was fried chicken, there was fish, and I went for the alternative option and chose these grilled squid. I think probably the healthiest option out of the lot. Very good. Wow, just look at that. That might seem very normal to a Taiwanese person, but if you asked me to eat that 16 years ago, there's absolutely no way. That squid is really good and looked much better than the other options that were available to me, so happy with my choice. 4.2 on Google. Can't go that high. The food wasn't that good quality, but definitely a solid 3.8 stars from me. And the exceptionally low price of the biendang gives me an extra bit of money for a nice ice green tea at $25. Now, we are at somewhere around about $250 after 3 meals. So I'm thinking that original target is a little bit generous. I'm gonna cut the target in half down to $1,000, which should be much more exciting, much more challenging, and also gives me a better title for the video. And as we all know, clicks and views is what this is all about. And also, I've been getting a lot of messages asking for an update on the dating situation that I went on in the first video of this series. Hello, nice to meet you. So at some point throughout this video, I'll give you an update on that situation. But as for now, time for me to go edit this video. Then it's gonna be time for dinner, when I'm gonna be finding the cheapest beef noodles in Taichung, which Google tells me is here in Dali district. At this store behind me, this is Jia Hao 牛肉面. Let's get inside, order the beef noodles, put them to the test. 请说你们的牛肉面是台中最 CP 值高的。
没有啦，那你来也好高兴哦，就是外国的帅哥来，然后我们也很高兴。
我期待。
好荣幸哦。
好，谢谢。Thank you. $85 牛肉面, definitely the cheapest I've had in a long time. And on first appearances, this one doesn't look cheap. 6 nice big chunky pieces of beef, some noodles, some spring onions, and a nice rich, dark, thick soup. The only negative I have about this restaurant is it's incredibly quiet, so I'm a little bit embarrassed about talking to the camera. Dinner time is here. Let's see how this $85 牛肉面tastes. Noodles are well cooked, not too soggy, not too hard. Nice rich beefy broth flavor to the noodles, but the rating is going to come down to the quality of the beef. Let's see if it's as tender as it looks. Incredibly tender. It reminds me a little bit of the packet beef that you get in Palmian, so I'm not sure if it's too tender to an extent where it seems cheap. It's very tasty, very delicious. I know it sounds counterintuitive to say the beef is too tender, but I would maybe prefer a little bit more substance, a little more texture to the beef. Well, I have to say, I was a little bit worried that coming to eat the cheapest version of one of my favorite Taiwanese foods, I thought they might ruin it for me, but they certainly haven't. And with a Google rating of 4.5, this might be the first one I have to agree with their rating. 4.5 stars from me, absolutely delicious, certainly doesn't taste cheap, and at $85, best value beef noodles I can remember eating. 谢谢，很好吃，很好吃，谢谢. Really impressed with that cheap noodles, but time for me to get back to the gym. And I'll see you on day 3, where for lunch we've come to my favorite market in all of Taichung. Second market to Sanhe Luro Fan for this ultra cheap, ultra CP 值 Kuangrou Fan. It's a nice hot steaming piece of belly pork on a bed of rice with a nice helping of gravy over the top. So $65 off the budget and we can get stuck in. So good. I love it, I love it, I love it. Just look at that hot steaming piece of fat. Probably not the healthiest in the world, but gotta eat a little bit of fat every now and then. And I can't think of a better way to do it than a Kuangrou Fan. Kuangrou Fan is a culinary sensation you have to try if you ever come to Taiwan. And with a Google rating of 3.7 for Sanhe Luro Fan, I'm going to again agree with their rating. 3.7, nothing mind-blowing, but really well done traditional Taiwanese food. And for dinner, I've got an extra special surprise, as I found a special way to save money when buying food, and that's 7-Eleven's Open Point app. Not a sponsored video at all, but this app allows you to look online and check your local 7-Eleven for which meals are approaching their expiration date and time, and set a notification to see if they've been bought. So I fancy this Ming Tai Zi Hai Xian Kao Fan, so I'll set a notification for those, and I think we have to wait until 5 o'clock. If they're not sold, we can go pick them up at a discounted price. Damn it! Huge fail on the app situation. Just to prove that this is not a sponsored video, I had to pay a full $119 for this risotto, which if I knew I was going to be spending $120 on dinner, I wouldn't have spent it at 7-Eleven. If you have any idea of how that app actually works, please comment down below, let me know, because it seems like it's a good idea. But anyway, $119 off that already shrinking budget. Ayo, this better be good. As my mum likes to say, if that was my dinner, I've had it. A little bit disappointed that I got the app wrong. Not a bad microwave meal, but on a Friday night, I'd hope to be eating something either more delicious or better value. I'm going to give it a very standard 3.5 points for CP值, but unfortunately that leaves us with less than $500 going into a weekend and still with 4 days of food to eat. I'm going to have to think of something drastic. We've got to make this budget last. And talking of doing something drastic, my friend Benda has opened a new bar here in Uchi, and she's offered me the chance to work here for 1 hour. So we've got an extra $200 to add to the budget. And one very important part to being a bartender for Benda is ringing the bell and giving everybody free shots. Yes, before starting my temporary job to add to my budget, I had one of the cheapest lunches possible, a wei li mian at $23. And after not doing so well at first, I'm gonna get fired after being here for 5 minutes. I soon got the hang of it. The pressure is too much. Look at that bad boy. And after an hour's hard work, it was money time. I didn't get fired this time, which is always good. I almost got fired. Well, thanks so much for offering me the chance to add to my budget. Definitely come check out Vendors. There's a link in the description down below. But I've got $200 to add to my budget. Let's go get some midnight food. Yes, it's 12:20. It's after midnight, and Prozzy has just driven me back from Vendors Bar to the city. 1 hour behind the bar. I have to give a lot of respect to anybody working in a bar overnight. But my midnight snack, we have chosen to come to the Yonghe Sehai Dojang breakfast shop, which runs 24 hours, I'm pretty sure. And we've got a midnight snack of some bacon dumpling, some dojang, and some youtiao, which perfectly go well together. The dumpling, as it must be, is freshly prepared, nice and hot, straight off the hot plate. Nice thin light pancake with a big thick helping of egg, nice salty bacon. But the ultimate test of a dojang shop such as this is the crispiness of the youtiao. Let's see how it fares. Not a huge amount of crunch when I break it in half. Could be a little bit fresher, could be a little bit crispier. Okay, so $85 coming off the budget for this midnight snack. And I think the Google rating for this restaurant is a 3.6. I was going to give it a much higher rating of about 4 for the dumpling. The dumpling was exceptional, but I really feel like that youtiao has been prepared a lot earlier in the day, just heated up for me, so I'm going to leave it, 3.6 for this restaurant. But as you can no doubt see from the look on my face, I'm absolutely exhausted. Time to get home, get showered, into bed, and then we'll see you tomorrow for lunch, where despite the fact that we've still got $566 left for the rest of the challenge, I've taken advantage of the Uptowners offer, where if you come here, check in on Instagram, post a story, you get a free plate of chips and salsa. Probably not the most healthy of lunches, but seeing as it didn't add anything to my budget, that's going to leave me with extra money to take you guys for Taichung's cheapest hot pot, and that is right behind me, Liao Shangmen, where apparently we can get a full complete hot pot set for $150. Let's get inside, see if that can ring true. So yes, Taichung's cheapest hot pot, and although they advertise it for $150 outside, the cheapest I could find on their QR code menu was this classic pork hot pot, but at $160 for everything included, including unlimited rice, sauces and drinks, as well as ice cream. It's not surprising that their Google rating is a very high 4.4, despite several one-star reviews complaining of bugs and spiders in their salad. I've already inspected through my hot pot. No bugs, no extra protein for me, but for $160 doesn't look too bad. Let's put it to the test and see if I can agree with that rating of 4.4. Ooh. There is a plethora of ingredients inside. We'll get to those later, but it's a cardinal sin to overcook your pork when hot potting. So let's get straight to the meat. Not bad. I've had better pork, but again, we have to remember that this cost $160. Okay, so the pork is better than expected. There's not a lot of it. I could probably do with a little bit more. And of course, as you'd expect from the veggies, there's mushrooms, meatballs, tofu, mini sausages, weird pink and white thing that I have no idea what it is, but it's always delicious. And one of my personal favorites when it comes to hot pot, dopi. And just when you thought the CP pizza couldn't get any higher, they also offer instant noodles, 2 different types. I've gone for the guosao imian, which is one of my favorites. And while these noodles are cooking, let me remind you that I didn't forget about giving you an update on that dating situation. There's just been so much to talk about with the food, so we'll get to that tomorrow. Ooh, hot and steaming noodles. Yum, yum, yum. Ooh, wow, chen, super stuffed, and I am absolutely blown away by the CP pizza of this Liao Shangmen. I was a little bit skeptical when it had a rating of 4.4 on Google, but I think For the first time in this video, I'm gonna go higher than the Google rating and go for a 4.5. I think the hot pot alone for $160 is enough value, but if you throw in the rice, the noodles, the drinks, the ice cream, it's definitely worth every penny. Not the best quality food, but this video is not about finding best quality. This video is about finding best value, so highly recommended. But as for now, time for me to get home, get some rest, and I'll see you tomorrow for lunch. And for day 6 lunch, we have gone for a very simple but traditional xia ren cao fan here at Bei Shen Cao, my local fried rice and noodle shop. And when I was looking for the cheapest fried rice in Taichung, Apo Cao Fan showed up, but unfortunately they are permanently closed. So we're going to settle for this $100 shrimp fried rice coming off that budget, which is getting a little tight again, but should be okay, should see us through to day 7 to tomorrow. But first, let's test this fried rice and see if they live up to their 4.2 Google rating. Absolutely everything you want from a fried rice. Simple, fresh, well-prepared ingredients with a nice, smoky wok hay flavor that really is the perfect quick way to satiate your hunger in the middle of the day. Not much else can be said about this perfectly fine fried rice. Google rating of 4.2. I have to kind of agree. It's nothing exceptional. It's not going to blow your mind. Really well done, delicious fried rice that I'll certainly be coming back for more of. But let's be honest, we are not here to talk about food. I promised you an update on my dating situation, and I filmed that video 4 or 5 weeks ago. And yes, the date went really well, and we kept in touch with a few messages, calls, and follow-up dates. And let me be very clear, she was an awesome, lovely, beautiful, pretty, smart girl, and I love spending time with her, but it hasn't worked out as well as I thought. And that's probably down to my part, my insecurities, my lack of confidence, my unwillingness to commit and waste somebody's time. This is gonna get very deep very quickly, so I'll try to keep it short, but I just feel like a girl like that maybe shouldn't be wasting her time on a 40-year-old guy that's divorced, with a kid, with financial responsibilities, probably overthinking a little bit too much. I'm sweating as I talk about it, putting myself under pressure, opening myself up to you guys. But I've left it to the end of the video because I tend to find the people that watch the end of the video are more connected to me, more interested in my story. And I don't really want to share this information with people that just want to come in and watch the food. So if you're still watching to the very end of the video, thanks for being here. Thanks for letting me share my personal feelings. But yeah, in summary, probably not going to work out with that girl, and I wish her all the best. And if she ever wants to chat or connect in the future, I'm more than willing to open myself up to that. But yeah, probably a little bit too much oversharing for a food video, so let's end that part there. Get my fried rice finished for lunch, and then we'll see you again for dinner, where after another hard workout session in the gym, I've come to Leo Fu Zhezu Tan, and the reason I chose this restaurant is because it only got 2.1 stars on Google, and I wanted to give them a chance. Some of the reviews on Google are rather critical, complaining of cold food, a lack of selection, and again, insects in the food. Luckily for me, no insects in the food once again, and from my rather naive opinion of buffet restaurants, I think the selection is relatively good, and we only paid $70. Wow, 厉害 for this entire plate of food, including a big helping of rice, a really delicious looking pork with peppers combo, pumpkin, one of my favorites, and some bamboo shoots mixed with some vegetables. First things first, let's put it to the test, see if the temperature is up to scratch. Cold. When I say it's cold, I don't mean it's not boiling hot, it's pretty tepid. The rice comes to the rescue, but that just came straight out of the rice cooker, so the rice is nice and hot, but I think everything else is going to be stone cold. Yeah, it's delicious, the flavors are good, but it's just cold. I've just spotted a microwave next to my table. Probably can infer from that a lot of people don't like their food cold, so they just whap it in the microwave, heat it up. 2.1 rating on Google. I can't be that strict. This place has been here for a long time. It's obviously not a new place. They must be doing something right, but the food is not hot. If I hadn't seen the Google rating of 2.1 before coming here, I would probably give it a score on the lower side, what I usually give. Ooh, excuse me. I'd probably go with something like a 3.2, 3.4, let's say 3.3. 3.3, not disgusting, just a little disappointing, but who cares what I've got to say? As I said, it's been here a long time. They must be doing something right. Anyway, that's the end of day 6. Time to get to day 7, where it's time for lunch, which brings us to Guijiang Lamian here, just around the corner from my house. And this is a restaurant I have frequented often because I totally agree with their 4.6 rating on Google. Some of the best and highest value lamian you can get. I'm certainly no lamian expert. I know there's a lot of details that goes into making this culinary masterpiece, but I do know that I absolutely love this one. And at $130, it represents half of what we've got left. We'll leave $130 for dinner, but I've left this to the last day because I have been looking forward to this. I eat it at least once a week. I don't know what it is they do to the meats to get it so scorched and burnt, but also so well cooked. It tastes absolutely delicious. And I'm not sure if that will show up on camera, but that is a perfectly cooked, or should I say, half-cooked boiled egg, oozing yolk from the center and just begging to be eaten. 真的是高炒蛋。 but as you can no doubt guess about my enthusiasm for this dish and this restaurant in particular, I'm going to agree with their Google rating of 4.6. Only negative being that I usually order double meat, but my budget today has restricted that. But anyway, yes, that's day 7 lunch done, which is only going to leave us with one more deal, and that's going to be day 7 dinner, for which we have gone for a staple Taiwanese food, xiaolongbao, from famous restaurant Taozhixiang, which was apparently opened by one of the old chefs from Din Tai Fung. So these are said to be some of the best CP值 xiaolongbao available in Taichung. Let's give it a try. Yes, they certainly don't disappoint and are freshly made to order, and at $100 for 8, that's going to use up all but $6 of our weekly budget. I know we did a couple of hours work to make an extra $200 from vendor, but I think I showed that it's quite possible to spend around about $1,000 for 7 days good quality CP of food here in Taiwan. And the Google rating for Taozhixiang is 4.0. I think I'm going to have to award a higher rating. If I was unaware of their Google rating, I'd definitely be awarding this a 4.2, 4.3, let's say. And to summarize the video, I think it's fair to say that I've shown CP food is readily available in Taichung, and there's no need to go spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on a meal when such good CP food is readily available at around about the $100 mark. But I think that's it for this video. If you have your opinion, don't forget to use the comment section down below. Let me know which of the foods you've tried, which ones you would like to try, or indeed, let me know if you think I chose some of the wrong restaurants and what you would have chosen instead. Time to say goodbye, so thanks for watching. As for now, as always, I'll see you next time in My Life in Taiwan. Peace, bye-bye! And just a little extra for those that have watched the very end of the video, I just realized I forgot to take off my injection swab. I just had a couple of tests at the hospital, nothing to worry about, but I knew you'd be worried, so don't worry, everything is okay. Peace, bye-bye.